Hi everyone, I'm Bonnie from Make Time to Craft. Today I'm going to show you how I add torn, wispy-edged mulberry paper to my cards and paper craft projects. I love mulberry paper and I use it quite a bit, and I always get questions on my blog like, what is that fuzzy or hairy or wispy layer on your card made of? Mulberry paper is a paper made from the mulberry tree, and it has long fibers which give it its distinctive look. It comes in a huge variety of colors. It was very popular with paper crafters back in the 1990s, if I remember correctly, but then, like all things, it took a back seat to the newest, greatest thing. Lots of my stash is purchased back in the 1990s, and it used to come in these folded up sheets, and I was actually able to buy it in the chain craft stores. I can't find it there anymore by me. I don't know about, anywhere else. I've recently placed an order online with mulberry paper and more, and they have great product and great customer service. I'm not affiliated with them. I purchased these papers. I'm just a happy customer, and I wanted to let you know that there is a place online to purchase mulberry paper pretty easily. This is the papers that I ordered in my first order from them. Not an expert on this paper. I just buy what I like. There is mulberry paper in this stack, which this is. There is also a Thai bark fiber paper, a Thai banana paper, which I think are these two, but I don't honestly remember which one is which, but it would be obvious if you looked at the pictures online if you like either one of those. I got some natural, ivory natural colors because I'm getting low on them, and they had this gorgeous white with silver tinsel in it, and I couldn't resist that either. I think that would be great for Christmas or anytime you want to use it. And of course, when I saw this pink and purple marbled momi paper, I had to have it. It's upside down in my stack, but it's a gorgeous pink and purple with silver running through it, and I just love this color. And this is a gray mulberry paper. Most of these sheets that I purchased were 25 inches by 37 inches and were priced from $3 to $4, so it's really not expensive to work with this paper. The momi paper was the exception. This is a little bit smaller sheet, and I think it was around $7, but well worth it. It's just a gorgeous art paper, and they're big. 25 by 37 is going to last you a very long time. So let me push these aside. So there are so many different ways to use this gorgeous paper. This is just one card I did. This is one that I had in my stash, which had leaf inclusions in it. I don't know if you can see them, but it's like skeletal leaf inclusions, which look really great on this autumn themed card. So there's a lot of things you can do with this paper, but for the most part, I do the very easy. I add it as a layer on my project. So the card I showed you earlier was just kind of laying together. I haven't assembled it yet. And I want my mulberry paper to be the last layer before the card base. So I have assembled everything else that's ready to go, and I am just going to add some adhesive to the back of this layer and attach it to the mulberry paper. So I've cut a piece of white that's, a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch bigger on all sides. And I'm going to attach the layer on top of it. Now, the way you get the wispy edges is to just wet a line on the mulberry paper where you want the paper to tear. And I like to use these watercolor, I don't even remember what they're called, the brushes that have the water in the barrel, but you can use a regular paintbrush too and just dip it in water. So just wet a line where you want it to tear, And then it's slowly and gently tear along that line. Now sometimes there are these thick, this is the fibers that are in the paper, and they may be a little more difficult. If you have a really stubborn one, I will just pull the rest of the paper away from it, and then I'll really wet that part. And then it'll come loose. And that's all you're gonna do all the way around. See how easy that is? Everybody thinks I'm doing something really special, and it couldn't be easier. Wet it, tear it. And because you're wetting it and giving it a guideline where you want it to tear, you can do, you know, curved lines, whatever you want. So here's another thick piece. Sometimes I'll even, like, if it's a really thick piece, like separate it a little, and then it'll come. And you know, leave a little longer pieces. It's not going to be a perfect edge. You don't want it to be. So here I have the ribbon here. I'm just going to bend it back out of the way while I wet the edge. And continue on all four sides until you're done. And this is really a no fail. If you ever have a spot where it tears maybe not the way you want it, if you get a little hole, whoops, that's a big hole, like that, it's still not a problem. I usually will just go in and repair it. I take a piece from what I cut off, lay it in there. Get a little piece of tape. And people are none the wiser. So there you go. And now you are ready to assemble your layers. Do a quick assembly here. Center it on your card base, and the bow will attach at the top. Add the flower to its spot on the side. I wouldn't normally attach a bow with a glue dot because I'd want something more permanent, but just for now to give you the idea. And there you have your finished project. Probably could have made that over a little bit. And there it is. That's how easy it is to add mulberry paper. And my beautiful bow was made using 2 of the ribbons from the Really Reasonable Ribbon October Ribbon Club assortment. These assortments are a great way to build your ribbon stash and to try new ribbon styles. So if you're not a member yet, sign up today. Thanks so much for joining me and learning how to create this fun card with a mulberry paper layer. If you like the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified when I add new videos. Thanks for stopping by and happy crafting.